Hey gardeners, this is Gardener the Young. In this video we are going to see a short tour on our garden. The gardening problems in winter season and how to tackle them easily. And we will also see what are the plants I have in my garden and what you can grow in this season wherever. So let's get into the video. Please do like, share and subscribe to Gardener the Young. This is my overview of my garden from the top. You can see a variety of plants are growing. They are at different stages of their life, like blooming and fruiting, splitting bulbs, emerging as seedlings, producing new branches from the nodes, etc. Start from here. This is Cissus quadrangularis or pirandai. Actually, it was growing here in this place with a trellis, and it covered this whole area fully. Then what I thought was the trellis fell off due to excess weight. Then I cut the plant till the base and I kept it here, and it is growing again. It is sending many shoots out. It's growing really well. You can see it's sending many branches out. It is a creeper as well as a cactus. So yeah, it is establishing really well. It is actually a low maintenance plant. You need not water it really well. Water it once in a while, even for 15 days it grow really well. So it's a low maintenance plant and it is edible. The stem is edible. You can make chutneys and many more dishes from it. Okay, and it is rich in calcium. It is so good to our health. The next plant is this bryophyllum. This is now sending new buds through its leaves. So yeah, you can simply break it and plant it in the soil. It would grow really well. It is also a succulent variety. It doesn't need a lot of water. Maybe 1 week once or 2 weeks once. It would really survive very well. You can also water it 3 days once. That nothing would happen, but don't water it daily. Then what happens is it may decay. It would cause root rot in it. So take care of it really well, and it's so simple to take care. After planting, if you forget this plant, this would really grow really well. Even if you don't water, it grows well. And they require less fertilizers too, both of them. And this is shallots. It's growing really well. And some garlic, they are also growing. Both look similar to each other. And they have started sending shoots from the side. That means very soon they will form bulbs. So yeah. The next plant is amaranth green. It's growing really well, but the thing is, in rainy season what happens is, if the rain falls, it won't bear the speed of rain. It would fall down. So what you can do is, I would use a cloth like this to cover the box, the wooden container. It would grow really well. It would protect it from the rain during nights. In morning, keep it open. It would grow in shade, in sun, in any season. It would grow really well. This is so good, but it won't withstand frost if you live in a very cold region. But according to my region, it would grow throughout the year. But rainy season is the worst season for it. So that too only at this stage. If you take care of them by covering or keeping it away from direct rain, it would grow really well. It's a simple plant. It would grow within 1 month. Everything is fine. Less nutrients is enough for this plant to grow. But the only problem is, if rain falls, it can't bear the speed of rain, the force of rain. So take care of only that. It would grow really well. The next I'm going to show is a failure. The next plant I'm going to show is a failure. I sowed many coriander seeds. What happened was it didn't germinate. The reason maybe they were old seeds. I think they were not fresh. Only fresh seeds of coriander will grow. So make sure you get a fresh seed possible. If the seeds aren't fresh, then they would not germinate. So check the expiry date when you buy the seeds, as well as ask the seed dealer or the seed shop owner whether it's new or whether it's very old. Please ask them the question, or else it would go wastely like this. The next is another seedling. It's a tomato seedling. It's a big tomato like Bangalore tomato. So it is a hybrid, I guess. but still I love this variety, so I'm growing. It was so large and it was oblong in shape, so I like the shape as well as the size, so I'm growing them from seeds. And only one chili is growing. I actually transplanted 2 chilies. What happened was dog ate the plant. One plant was fully gone and another plant is regenerating, so yeah, it's a good plant actually. The next is long chili plant. This is actually the round ones, the small round ones. This is long chili, green chilies or red chilies, whatever you can use it for. It is also growing really well. And one tip for chilies is that you can harvest them when they are young and green. Then what happens is they will produce for a year long. They are actually annuals. If they produce red chilies, then they'll stop producing chilies altogether. But if you harvest them when they are green, then it would continue to produce them for you for a year or even more. So use that tip and get a lot of harvest from a single plant. The next plant is this heirloom tomato. This is a seedling, a 21 days old seedling. Just now I have transplanted it. It is growing really well. It is a desi variety, so it would withstand all kind of temperatures, etc. But here in Chennai, the temperatures may reach up to 50 degrees Celsius in the summer, so it won't grow in summer. But in winter, in monsoon, in spring, in any season it would grow. But only in summer it won't grow. So keep it in mind, because 30 degrees Celsius is the maximum temperature it can withstand, or else the flowers will drop and it will not grow. So grow them only in summer. So grow them only in the season other than summer. The next plant is thipili, or it is known as Piper longum. It is the long pepper. It produced 1 or 2 peppers and it's now producing tiny long peppers. It would grow really well and it can withstand the shade. It also produced 2 peppers. My mother harvested it. I was not here at my home, so I was not able to capture when I was harvesting. So yeah, it also really grows well in a shady area like my balcony or anywhere. And the next plant is this ornamental chili or anti-gravity chili. It is growing opposite to the direction of gravity. That is why it is called as anti-gravity chili. It was a beautiful chili. I've harvested nearly 5 chilies from it and it is producing new buds. You can see many buds are being produced, and in this shady area itself it is growing really well. Actually, it requires some sunlight. Even in this winter or any season, it requires sunlight. All vegetables will require sunlight, even this tomato. But my garden gets really less sunlight to other areas because I'm not having a terrace. I'm growing my plants in a balcony. So make sure if you have a terrace, grow them in terrace, or else it would grow really well anywhere. But yeah, even in this shade it is producing many chilies. The next plant is this hibiscus. It also produced a flower today. My friend harvested it. He took it. I was not able to take a video of it as well. So yeah, it is producing many flowers here and there. It is producing many buds now. After getting these plants, it's been nearly 2 months and only once I saw mealybugs and in these tips. But what I did was I cleansed them with my own hands and I sprayed neem oil and it was controlled. It didn't come back again. This plant had grown really well. It is now the largest plant in my balcony, you can see. The next plant is this okra or lady's finger plant. It is producing many okra, and the sudden reduction in temperature caused the flowers to fall. Here were many flowers. It fell off due to sudden change in temperature. It was so hot day before yesterday, and yesterday suddenly it started to rain, and this sudden change in temperature may cause fluctuation in plant growth. That would be fine soon, and this plant can tolerate all kind of heat, cold, etc., but not frost. And I harvested one lady's finger from this part. There was one big lady's finger. You must always try to collect your lady's finger when they are young. That's when they will be very tasty. If they grow big, they would become hard, so please collect or harvest them when they are young, when they are very tiny. Only this finger size you must harvest. If they grow really large, then what happens is they would produce seeds which are very hard, and it would be so hard to eat. The next plant is this moringa tree. It's actually a plant. It can be grown in containers. It only grows 6 feet tall. 3 of them are growing. I sowed 3 seeds and all the 3 are growing. But yeah, as soon as they grow, I would break 2 of them. That is called as thinning. Thinning means cutting off the extra seedlings. So yeah, I'm going to do that more or less within 1 month or so. It would grow for about 6 to 7 feet to maximum 8 feet tall, and it would produce its vegetable in this container itself, this 25-liter container. That would be enough. The next plant is this daisy rose. It also is growing really well, but it requires some extra sunlight. This is so dark in my balcony. This is not enough for its bloom. At least 2 to 3 hours sunlight will be required for it to grow. As the sunlight in our area is so dense, it would really grow well in 3 hours of sunlight, but they actually require 6 to 8 hours of sunlight in this kind of temperature in winter and monsoon. The next seeds I have sown is brinjal over here. Actually, they are from the fruit which we had at our home. We got brinjal for cooking, and 2 or 3 of them were overripe. They had fully matured seeds in it. They would be pink in color and harder than other brinjal. So that is the identification. I collected those seeds and sowed here. I guess it would grow really well. And the next plants are mint. I have got sticks of mint. I kept the stem in water for 3 days and it started to root. Then I planted them in the soil. It is really growing well. It is producing many new shoots, new leaves. You can see it's growing new green leaves. Tiny green leaves. The next is balloon vine. I got a new plant. The old one was dead because of insect, so I got this new one. It is growing really well. Just now I have harvested some leaves for adding in dosa, and yeah, this is growing. The next is also a cutting. This is brinjal stem cutting. I got a plant from my neighbor, and not a plant, it was a actually he pruned the plant, so I got the stems from him and I'm sowing, and it is producing new shoots. You can see. Make sure the stem is thick like this. Woody and thick stems will grow really well than thin and fresh stems. The next is Manatakali Kirai. It is called as Manatakali Kirai. I don't know the English name. And this is also growing really well from cutting. Just 1 week it started to generate new branches. All the stem I kept is growing. That's a miracle. Even the mint doesn't grow like that. All the stems won't grow, but this is growing. Even the thin branches are growing. So that's a miracle to me. And this is the betel leaf. It is also growing really well. It can also be grown in shade. Yeah, it is growing really well. And this is the large tub I have. I have transplanted the pineapple plant from a small container like this to this big tub, and I have also transplanted this bachalkura or Malabar spinach. This would grow really well. This bachalkura grows throughout the year in our climatic region. In frost it would not grow, so it can withstand all kind of temperature, and it can also grow in shady areas. So I have got this to grow them in my balcony. This is a vining plant, so I have made a trellis over here so that it would grow and get a support from this trellis. There is also a red colored variety of this same plant. The stem would be red, the leaves would be dark green in color. This is light green and the stem are also light green. That one is a variety that will have red stem as well as dark green leaf. This pineapple plant is also growing really well. It would take about 1 year to produce fruits. This is just 2 to 3 months old maybe. So there's a long way to go for this plant. That is all about tour of our garden. Next we'll see what all plants can we grow in this winter season. If you live in a tropical climate like mine, I live in Chennai, so India. In India you can grow any plant. The southern part of India, it would grow really well. You can try any vegetables, any seeds, any flowers, whatever it is, it would grow really well. But summer is where problem arises. Tomatoes, chilies, those kind of plants won't grow, but lady's finger, brinjal, amaranth and many other plants would grow really well in summer. But some are like they would grow only in winter in Chennai. Not only in winter as well as monsoon, spring. Other than summer, every plant grows throughout the year in Chennai. But if you live in a frost region, you cannot grow any of these plants in this winter, November, December, January, etc. So grow them after the frost ends. These are all summer plants if you live in a frosty climate. But for me, it grows throughout the year. Even in summer, many of the plant grows, but certain limitations are there in summer alone. I hope you like this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel Gardeners Are Young. Thanks for watching. Happy gardening, friends. So growing these succulents here, they are looking really beautiful. You need not water them. Maybe once in a week, that would be enough. But water them thoroughly when you water, and they require less fertilizers, as well as the soil must be sandy. It must be well draining. This is the long pepper plant. One branch was growing from the root, so I got one branch from it and I'm soaking it in water so that it would produce roots. I would give it to my neighbors or share it with my friends. And this is Pachal Kura. It fell off. I'm trying to grow it in water. I don't know what would happen.